This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
A couple of weeks ago, I tried for the first time the neural amp model plugin from Stephen Atkinson. Stephen Atkinson, clearly a very, very clever bloke, has put together this kind of free software that can profile stuff, you know, much like a Kemper can do, or a Cortex can do, or the more recent ToneX can do. Now, incredibly enough, in the latest kind of Leo Gibson test, I would encourage you to go check that video out if you're interested in, you know, which is most accurate. It seems, and this has been confirmed in other null tests, which is a test where basically you reverse the phase of two sources of audio, and the one that cancels out most is the most accurate. Fairly scientific, and you know, it's going to do a better job of making comparisons than our ears can do. The neural amp modeler came out on top, ToneX underneath that, then Quad Cortex, then Kemper. So it seems like over time, somehow these things are getting more accurate, with the free solution being the most accurate, which is kind of the cool thing. Now, since the last time I played around with this, there's a site that's gone up, ToneHunt.org. Now, I think this is more official than the last one. I did a video before, and I got some messages saying that the chap who runs that site is a bit of a character, and apparently is trying to trademark things which he shouldn't be. So maybe don't do that, I guess. But I guess this is the problem with some of this free stuff, is that things don't necessarily stay free forever, and people that have really good intentions, some other people can come and try and make some money off them. In any case, I found a few presets on this ToneHunt that I really like. There's a Friedman Dirty Shirley, bunch of captures of that, which I think are incredible. And you saw in the introduction there as well, I had backed the volume off to get that kind of clean tone. I'm not used to being able to back the volume off to that extent to get something so pretty and clean. Generally, I've found in the past that if it's a really high gain thing, if you back the volume off, generally things go a bit weird. But for some reason, this really worked very well. So I'd encourage you to check out the what's it called, ToneHunt, and look on there for the Friedman Dirty Shirley. There's some deluxe reverb stuff. There's some Dumble type stuff. The one thing missing at the moment really is very clear descriptors of whether a thing needs an IR with it or not. This is the same sort of problem that you get with the Quad Cortex, same sort of problem that you get with the ToneX. It kind of has an indicator whether it's including a cab or not. And I guess over time, hopefully, this is going to kind of develop the neural amp modeler, provided it continues to improve over time, where it becomes very clear whether you need to use an IR with this or not. Hopefully, you know, people start putting in the description, this is cabless, or this was captured with a cab. Maybe that could be icon based or search based. But in any case, basically you just go on the website and search for it. I'll just show you some of the tones. There's some kind of Marshall 800 type tones that I thought were really cool as well. But it's free, and I think some of these tones are as good as anything I've heard out of anything else. The Mesobarber Trinity I got off of the other guy's website, so that's the Tone Hive. So I wouldn't recommend it in general, because I think some people have told me, you know, this guy's a bit of a whiff. For that one capture, maybe it's worth just checking it out. I don't know exactly the ins and outs, but you know, check out ToneHunt and check out the GitHub if you want to check this out from the official sources. There's a Discord as well. But I think it's really exciting to have this profiling stuff free. The only downside at the moment really is that it's a bit kind of on the basic side, and it's still a little bit kind of difficult-ish to get going with it. And I'm not of the level where I'd be able to train my own model. From what I can tell, you know, you probably have to have a little bit of experience. I've not got into that yet, but I'm guessing over time that generally these processes get simpler, and hopefully then you'll have a really burgeoning community. There's already a bunch of stuff that you could play on there, and I think generally it sounds really good. These are the most accurate captures apparently that you can get out there, and that's pretty incredible that it's free. So as this develops, hopefully we get more and more of these kind of community growing, where, you know, it's all basically community led because of the great work of Stephen Atkinson. I'll just jump in and show you now, but yeah, check out the GitHub, and I think you'll enjoy the tones. I certainly think they sound incredible. So I've got here, basically this is the Dirty Shirley. I'm running it with Miko 2 still, which there is a free version of if you're interested in this sort of thing, but this is kind of more useful to me than an IR because I can shape my tones. And as you can probably tell, that's just backing the volume off to like 2, so pretty incredible. If you go onto the ToneHunt website, so this is their new kind of thing, you see there's 840 amp models at the moment, and these ones have just gone up in the meantime that I was here. So this is the kind of description I think would be really useful, kind of just explaining what's happening with each of them. Some of them don't have this, so it's kind of left up to you a little bit to kind of guess what's going on, but we do have these different icons, so I guess this icon here would be the one that you're looking for, which has an IR kind of captured in it. Again, more information here. So this JCM 800 one I think I've actually tried. It's given myself like a neural amp modeler folder, and here's that JCM 800 one. So you can hear clearly that does need an IR. So in this case, IR was made with a Palmer. Is the IR included there? Unclear. So I definitely need the IR on for this, and then you... So that's pretty cool. Then the Friedman Dirty Shirley thing, this is kind of one of the best things that I've seen so far on there. You've got G4 there denoting how much gain is used, and then just a bunch of different captures from crunch to clean. So here's a clean one. Okay, and then, you know, the sort of more crunchy stuff. But yeah, just it's really cool to see this moving along. This was the Metabarber Trinity one that I tried earlier on as a mattress independence thing here, which sounded pretty cool as well. So I don't need Miko on for this, I don't think. You're going to want other plugins alongside this though, so for me, Supermassive, it's also free, I think is pretty incredible. So, you know, something like this. As good tones as you can get anywhere else, I think. So I'm really excited to see where this continues to head. I'd love to see some more people jumping in onto ToneHunt.org, adding in their kind of stuff, joining in on the ToneHunt Discord. I think there's a Facebook as well, but really cool to see this growing. And this is exactly what I think is going to help draw more people into this, and the more people that are involved, I think the more likelihood is that this is really going to take off. So check it out.